So I mean, what do you think about the?
I was about to say, these whole events.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give it to me.
Actually, why don't you give us your take first? Because I think I'm gonna go slightly different than uh
Well, I mean, it's been a week.
different direction.
I mean, it's been almost. It has been like almost 2 weeks. Um, I don't know. It's kind of like it's insane the difference between the BLM protests and these protests, the way that they were armed. I mean, they were what's the word, equipped. I mean, they weren't ready for a fight like that, but they were ready for anything. Whenever it was the BLM protesters, they had the National Guard and everything. I mean, I guess that is around the time shit was getting burned down, So, um, I don't know, it's crazy. And then there's all this. It has been so long, so a lot of information has come out. So, I mean, we know that the cops let them in after they beat their ass. I think, right? Because I mean, there's videos of them picking up the gates and like beating them down with that, and then trampling them. Um, I don't know. It seems kind of like business
Yeah,
as usual, right?
yeah. The Capitol Police were definitely chilling for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of letting it happen.
Like you're supposed to start busting off as soon as one of you guys gets
Maybe
hurt,
it's like a way before that.
right? Like it's supposed to. Yeah, I mean, what happened to their first priority is to protect themselves and go home to their families, and they killed one of their buddies too, and then motherfuckers are starting to get out of jail now, right? I saw that. I mean, they're all fucking veterans too. I saw a judge was like, "This guy's got a long record of being a good boy, kills the Muslims, we'll let
That's
him
how he
out."
posted that.
It's insane. How are they getting out? I mean, we all know why, but um, I don't know. I'm kind of I don't know. I always take this weird kind of approach to it because I'm like, obviously it's crazy and insane and it shouldn't happen, but I'm kind of glad that it did happen because now everybody sees that when people are mad about something, that I mean, this is what they do. They try to stomp your shit out, and maybe that's not the way to get it done, but I don't know. I mean, the point has been made that if these were black people or anyone else basically protesting for anything else, what if you're protesting for the immigrant children or the way we treat other countries, shit like that? They would have stomped those people out, but because they're who they are,
Patriots.
patriots, they're good tax-paying citizens who've served their time, and so many off-duty police officers, and I don't know, fucking that family, We're all here praying to God
Mm-hmm.
and stomping each other out.
Fucking middle class, lower millionaire trash all flying in.
Yeah, God, insane. And they're getting out of jail. I mean, it just goes to show, like right away. As soon as I started seeing people get out of jail, I'm like, I want to go out there and like fucking fight. Like I'm getting so fucking heated because of this shit. It's making me mad and angry and sword wieldy. I'm feeling like wielding a sword in some fashion. But give it to me. Like especially, tell me what you think's gonna happen in 2 days when inauguration's going down. Oh, by the way, did you see that there was like a fire? Look
I
at
don't
this.
think anything really will happen at the inauguration. Or
Because they're gonna be fucking armed. I mean, they are armed right now. to the teeth the way they should have been. But
But
if
I mean, it's hard to say like why the Capitol, like what all reasoning there was for the Capitol Police to let them in to the White House and just wander around. I mean, some of it's definitely because they're them, you know. That's their brothers and uncles and cousins, and
yeah,
where they'd be if they were off work. Uh, but I mean, it was a pretty dramatically different response than they've ever had to. I can't think of another time where in not in our lives where people have got like rolled up into the White House with guns and bombs and shit.
right. I mean, when
Yeah. Those people like didn't actually plan on the revolution. They were kind of masturbating to.
it's so weird how they got inside and they're like, "What the fuck do we do now?"
I mean, they were talking about like kidnapping senators and killing people and stuff, but they didn't actually like. I mean, they didn't have a realistic plan to overthrow anything. That's more just church talk, right? Like
Yeah.
they're just there to put the church back in the institution.
Also, yeah, what isn't that like totally anti-constitution that you roll up in there and start praying? Like that's like
Yeah, I think they pray at the White House all the time.
ew. It's illegal. Hey, I'll call the fucking police on these motherfuckers. They better do their job. Oklahoma rolled in National Guard, I think. I was over by the Capitol the other day getting some cookies. Last night, I mean, sorry. Yeah.
Um, the thing like none of that is super surprising to me. But like, uh, as an aside, though, I would like obviously these people are mostly fucking stupid and or demented and are like very misled by a whole system of life.
Mm-hmm.
But how like and I don't think this happened. I'm not saying it happened, not suggesting that maybe it happened, but like how unreasonable do you think it is that like people would think it's entirely plausible that elections are rigged?
Well, there's been like lots of evidence to support that, right? In the past.
In different ways, different perspectives. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like if you're upset with the electoral college, or if you have any interest in U.S. imperial policy and regime change and shit like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're kind of in the long business of uh, election fraud.
And it's like,
One way or the fucking other,
yeah.
we're gonna get it done.
Mm-hmm. And it does. I mean, it does happen. Shit. It was a pretty close race too. And to think that it like it's so fucking weird to people that didn't care when he won, right? It's like there was none of that flag throwing whenever. I mean, I guess yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to see? Hey, actually, I'm kind of worried about this. If Biden comes in and does all of his reversal uh, things, his reversal. What are they called? Executive orders. You think he's gonna reverse that weird monument law thing?
No, probably not. I don't know.
But then those people get the slap on the wrist that the elites are gonna get, like the guys who have those military connections or whatever. They're obviously just gonna rake up some leaves and be about their day. But
I doubt that would be reversed because that's a useful political power
right.
to employ as you see fit.
Hmm.
But that's the excuse me, the main like difference in direction I thought I would have with this conversation. Like the thing that or something that really worries me about all this is how super zealous the like mainstream liberal and like white women coalition is to throw away like the whole underlying action of revolution like into the deepest cages to condemn these people. Like you see like and people are really getting off about it too, about like people are making like fake Bumble profiles and reporting people that went to the raid, and they're like reporting their uncles and cousins
Snitching.
that went, and yeah, and they're like
Big
super proud
snitching.
about it, and like they're
Yeah.
all like just it's a big circle jerk all over the internet. Like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
fuck them.
But what if you're returning them in to the English?
Well, yeah, I mean, don't you remember just like a few months ago when this monument law was you, but it
Right.
was never you because you're white women,
Right.
and those people are still in jail, and all these white dudes are already out.
Right. Those people are still in jail. Yeah, like people who threw the tear gas back and shit. Like they
Mm-hmm.
got big,
Mm-hmm.
big boy
Oh yeah,
charges.
sure did.
And I kind of feel weird about like being on the rooftop screaming, "Lock them up!"
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't feel like,
Yeah, yeah, I'm not really here for that.
yeah, that's not
And I
good.
don't support those people, and I don't think they're right, but I can see how they got there from both directions.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I mean, fuck, man. And if you're fucking turning your uncle in for being a Nazi, I mean, even they're fake Nazis. But sure, even if you're turning these people in, it's like, how are we gonna trust you whenever we really need to fix some shit? If ever that happens, I don't know.
Well, if it wasn't performative, like if they had been turning these people in their whole lives for being Nazis and fucking cutting them off and telling
Right?
them off
It is
and
very
fucking
performative. Yeah,
yeah,
they want the credit. It is still snitching.
but yeah, and they weren't like yeah, this wasn't necessarily a Nazi action. It was poorly informed and executed and wasn't a real thing. It was just kind of childish and dumb, honestly.
Oh, tantrum.
And most of the people that are doing it are fucking cops and Nazis and shit.
Cops and Nazis
But they've been those same cops and Nazis this whole time.
for a long time.
And like now you're just flipping to the other side. Now you're like, what happened to ACAB? What are you talking about these hero cops for? Why are you selling all these people to the police for then?
It's so fucking weird. Who's on the police's side now? Police.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm not trying to go back to like 2015, except for like everybody like have a go fucking smiley face painted on about the police and prison complex and shit. Like
Fuck no.
there's something like fundamentally that the like those people aren't wrong about, and it's the same thing that like our people are not wrong about.
Right. This shit don't work for anybody. And if we could just link arms.